Hi guys, good afternoon. I know it is difficult to address a session post lunch. Already he has mentioned. So I'll try to make it more interactive, interesting from my side and make it short and simple for you guys. So tell me how you guys think that monetization for you working, not working, what is the status for you guys, any difficulty you are finding. So you can raise your hands, tell me that yes, this is one of the key aspect we want to really focus on at this point in time. Anyone? So all sorted? Should I assume? Cool. Well, so I'll just give you a quick introduction about myself. I am Ranjan Mishra. I lead the ad monetization strategy for Nazara group of companies, which into different diversified gaming and sports management. We are one of the oldest, largest company in this domain. You probably would know, and we're one single listed company in this domain. And I've been with Nazara for last 7 years. Before that, I was with Times of India Group. I was leading the same digital mobile monetization, business development and all that. So from last 20 years, I've been in this space. So then during 2016, when I felt that gaming is happening, people are talking about it, there is a buzz in the market. So that is where I thought, it came to my mind that let's come to gaming and understand something. You know what? Actually, when I'll tell you a story, small thing. One of my friend's son, I was chatting with him. So he told me that, uncle, I want to build a career in gaming. So that is where it really gave me a kick, thing that gaming is happening in India. Even a 10-year kid, he wants to, because earlier in our generation, people used to think, what do you want to become? Engineer, doctor, singer, or whatever, But now kids, people are thinking about gaming as a career. That is something which is a significant and substantial, mindset shift which has happened in past couple of years. I will go to the quick. This is the overall big picture so far as the entire market is concerned. You can see the current status in terms of revenue is roughly about 32 billion, and CAGR growth would be around roughly 10%, and this would come to 46 billion in the next 2-3 years. So this is the current state at which we are growing. We are, the market is growing, and we are going ahead. So what are the key factors when you talk about in-game advertising? What are we really talking about? What are the key aspects we need to really be very careful about? So these are few metrics or the points we need to really care about. One is the formats. Ad formats definitely play a vital role when you devise your monetization strategy. The second is the hybrid monetization, hybrid approach. You cannot have one single format in your game like a video or an interstitial or a banner or XYZ. You have to have since you are focusing mainly on the monetization, you have to have different kind of monetization formats available inside the game to make it more interesting and engaging from a user and from your revenue standpoint. Monetization mix and combinations. So what do you mean by this? So what I mean is that what is your game type, who are your target audience, what is your geo you are targeting, and what are the combinations you need to try. So basically you should have the primary approach and a secondary approach. Primary approach is definitely your ads, secondary in-app. But that depends what is your category of game that you are operating in. That is how things would change, and you need to take a call likewise. Obviously, we all know that performance monitoring play a key role because the churn rate, the engagement KPIs vis-a-vis your ad monetization, that has to be very carefully balanced, and we cannot compromise your engagement KPI D1, D7, D13 because you negatively show some ad and users get irritated and they just uninstall the game. That should not happen. So, I'm so sorry. So continuous monitoring of, I'm so sorry. the performance monitoring should happen. Every weekly we should have a performance monitoring which gives us a access more granular data to our KPIs versus the ARPU, the money you are making and your engagement KPIs. What is customized solutions for brand? So customized solution for brand is means like where the advertising money coming from? Definitely from the brands like your Dettol, Dabur. You're seeing ads in TV, you are seeing ads in Facebook, you are seeing ads in YouTube, you are seeing ads in Times of India. So all these they're spending in billions in Indian market. So ultimately the ads which you are showing, you are getting, so that is coming from the advertisers. Those advertisers who want to invest in the online gaming space. So how we can create customized solutions for the advertisers where they are interested enough to invest money. Okay, so we will talk about that later. I mean, I'll just explain some more formats. The formats. So what are the formats? What are the formats that you have? You can see a study, latest study that was done in past couple of months where you can see the performance efficacy of each ad format. And out of 100 people, so this is the some percentage of people they positively responded. Yes, these are few the formats which makes them their monetization more comfortable and they get more ARPU. So the new formats is like your native ads, offer wall, and there's one more I will talk in detail, that is your audio ad. So audio ad is something it is in India, if you talk about from India perspective, it is definitely in a very nascent stage and it is growing day by day. We as a network, we are also working on it. How do we show ads to our user who doesn't want to who doesn't want to pause his gameplay just because you are playing a video ad. So he can listen in and he can play. So both things can go together. Both the things can go together. So this is few numbers where you see that 67% generally prefer advertising formats don't disturb their gameplay. And 61 of the players, they love to listen music while gaming. So they hearing something, they see, I mean from a cricket perspective, sports game, they hear commentary and all that. And in between you can 5 second, 10 second, audio format. But it has to be very short and sweet. You cannot play like 30 second, 40 second audio ad, otherwise that will negatively impact your KPI numbers. So obviously this is incremental revenue what you are earning right now. Let's say your ARPU is for example 1 rupee, so obviously it is over and above that you can earn. ECPM, why it is $1 to $5? Because once you move towards your Western countries, your ECPM, obviously we know that in the mature markets, the ECPM are definitely higher, and the countries like India, it is $1 or even slightly more than that. So depending upon the investment, advertising-led investment, the ECPM, the demand-supply gap, the ECPM vary between the two. So what I'm trying to say, native and audio, you all know that banner, video, interstitial, they are already there. So audio and the native, these are the two emerging ad formats which can be seamlessly integrated, give you additional revenue, and those are like non-intrusive, non-disturbing ad formats for your set of audience. So this is your monetization mix. You can see that hyper casual, what is the in-app ads percentage, casual is 50-50, mid-core it is maximum it is from in-app, and hardcore obviously it is mostly in-app monetization. So this all we know. So I was talking about the combination. You have to depend and finally come to a conclusion that what is the target audience you are catering to, what is your genre you're planning to release, and what is your primary and secondary source of monetization. That a developer or publisher has to finalize the combination. So performance monitoring, I spoke about it before, and I'll just give more context to it. So performance measurement, obviously it is something like your A/B testing. At the you place the ads and you show the measurement so that people get to know your KPIs versus your ARPU, and it has to be constantly measured and monitored. Creating cohorts, this is also equally important. You create user segments who how and how they are reacting, responding to your ads, how they are responding to your audio ads. Are they listening? Are they getting benefit? Are they really excuse me, can we have some? Okay. So are they really engaging with ads? Are they really seeing your ads, or they don't like it? They are just boasting that you guys are just bombarding with ads and they're not liking it. So that user creating cohorts is necessary, so that you get who are your non-paying users, paying users, how they're responding. A/B testing, same. You have to do test, multiple test, banner testing, performance testing of the interstitial, audio, native, depending on the format and category. You need to do a testing. Balanced approaches, you have to have a balance. You cannot show 10 ads in 10 minutes or 5 minutes. You cannot show 20 ads in 10 minutes. So there has to be a balance, because we need revenue. We cannot show number of ads increase just blindly. There has to be certain methodical approach to it. So this, you can see a global ECPM trend, how US market, Australia, Japan, they are leading, and South Korea. And India, you can see the reality. This is the latest study done by Apodil. $1.4 for Android and 1.6 to 2.4 for iOS. So this is a global trend which will give you a broad perspective of the ECPM, format wise, Android and iOS, banner, interstitial and rewarded, so that we can plan our strategy market wise, depending upon the geo that we plan to publish. So these are the few global ECPM trends, that findings that was recently registered. You can see the inflation. Inflation play a very key role in defining your monetization strategy. Why it is low, why it is high, why people are showing ads, because they don't want to spend money in-app, they are showing ads. The second is, obviously we know that Google and iOS recently they announced to, they made some changes to their privacy policy. So restrictions have a significant impact on the ARPU. Rewarded ads, US, Canada, obviously they have highest CPM, and obviously Germany and Japan, we see a fluctuation in the ECPMs in last 1 year. I mean, this is obviously for 2022, not for 23. This is 22, last year. So this 5 findings we saw for the last year, like why and where it is, what kind of format is performing and not performing. So you can see from the India perspective, I will focus more on India on this slide, is that different category of apps, you can see the gaming is showing definitely a positive inroads, is because the ECPM or the spend, the advertising spent on the, see it is simple, where there's a demand supply, it's a game of demand supply. Where there's supply, there has to be a demand. If there's a demand, there has to be a supply. So it's all matter of demand and supply. So in India, all top 3 category, sports, strategy and all that, gaming categories, they have the highest ECPM. And the lowest is music. Lowest is music. You can see all top 3 categories belong to the gaming ecosystem. It means that it is emerging, people have started investing money, but more awareness, more education needs to be given to the ecosystem, so that both people start spending on the gaming online ads. So why everybody we know that, I mean, always we feel that why there is low ECPM, why the ECPM is low, is there an answer to it? So these are few observations that we made. Placements, it actually, this is something developer has to be very careful about. The ad placement, where are you placing your ads? Are they, your users are liking them or not? If you are not properly planning it at the designing stage, at the very early stage, it is not going to help. The second is low CTR, low completion. People are not liking your ad because you placed it very not a planned manner, so people are not engaging with that. Ad network fluctuation, obviously it is not in your control, because something that happens from the ad networks because of seasonality, low demand, low supply, market keeps fluctuating. In India, we have seen that in the festive season, the ECPMs are very high. In the in the exam time or in the monsoon time, it is very less. We all have seen it. Market condition, as I said, the festive season in India, it keeps changing. The cricket, the ECPMs are high because people are active, people are watching, people are spending. So that time, the spends are high, so the ECPMs are high. So ECPMs high means people are bidding higher price for your ads. They are saying, boss, I want to show my ad. Bata is saying, I want to show your ad in your game. Please give me the ECPM give me this slot at $2 ECPM. If they don't have a campaign or product or something, they will not pay you even $1. It depends on their spend and the seasonality. Awareness, obviously the awareness has to be created. Industry is growing, emerging. We all need to consult, inspire, educate the ecosystem. This has to be done both by publisher and developer, and create more opportunity within the industry. Can we play this video? I mean, or this video cannot be played. No? So this is something I wanted to show. Actually, this is a customized integration. How we are seamlessly and customizedly. No. Let's go back. It's not the slide. Let's go back to the slide. Any questions so far? I'll just utilize this time since they fix. Any questions so far you want me to clarify? Yeah. Sorry? See, native ad is something. Native ad is something which is like user doesn't have to stop his gameplay, and it is there within the core gameplay experience.
पेश है पतंजलि आटा नूडल्स, इतना हेल्थी और टेस्टी कि हर कोई पूछेगा
This is within a छोटा भीम game.
कश्मीरी केसर युक्त असली पतंजलि च्यवनप्राश खाइए, रोगों से लड़ने की पूरी ताकत पाइए।
नीम, हल्दी, तिमरू, अकरकरा, बबूल, लौंग आदि के प्राकृतिक गुण दांतों और मसूड़ों की संपूर्ण हिफाजत करें।
पतंजलि चोको फ्लैक्स।
So this is basically a customized brand integration I was talking about. I'm sure you must have seen these campaigns, not by Patanjali. There are a lot of brands, a lot of global brands that have done it, they have exploded. In India, obviously it is very less. Myself, I have done more than 20 campaigns so far, but the opportunities, as I said, is huge, humongous. And globally, Pepsi, Coke, Nike, they all have explored this medium. So here we are trying to say your brand, which is not a force feed into the game, it is contextually in a right place, right manner, it is integrated. You can see a kid, 5 or 10-year kid is playing this game, he is getting engaged with Patanjali game. Here we had earlier Dettol, who is like before you eat something, Chota Bhim eats something, then it's a pop-up message, hey, have you washed your hand? Please use sanitizer. Something like that. So it is like a customized brand integration within the game, a bespoke solution, and this give you good money and also visibility. It's not about only money, it gives you a lot of case study oriented visibility in the market. Native ad you are asking. So native ad is basically like you must have seen in a cricket game. There's a billboard, hoardings, and your side banners, and there's a on the field itself. So all those units like native units, which doesn't really impact your core gameplay experience. Those are like intrusive, non-intrusive in nature. Intrinsic ad spot they call it. So most of the top publisher, they use when you're driving or racing game, there's a billboard, hoardings and all that. You can add audio ad on the top of that. So these are few customized brand solution that specifically we have done. Like in WCC3, the cricket game, we have Axe, where the user has an opportunity to upgrade his skills, bowling or batting skills with Axe gift voucher. So there's a message, core message is that Axe wants to promote his dual tone action DO within the game, and that has a natural integration which was done. So this was done during last year's Women World Cup, which is like your boost stamina. It's not about only, so the core theme of the campaign was like, it's not about gender, it's all about your stamina. They wanted to highlight and establish this message through a quick game mode, which has all the female players. So this is something, a bespoke solution within the game. The message was that game, ladke ladkiyon ka nahi, it's all about stamina. So this campaign specifically has won more than 20 awards globally. This is something done by WCC3 team, and boost was integrated. There's an energy meter, you can say. When your energy gets down in the game, you can replenish the energy. There's a boost stamina meter. You can see that. And the core highlight is that how do you establish, it's all about stamina. You play a match and you win. So these are the final few points I want to highlight. As I said, the design element has to be taken care from the day one, and gaming experiences has to be blended ads. We need to be very careful about our strategy, our placement of ads, our the formats that we choose. All these play a vital role in terms of when you talk about monetization. Hybrid approach, we have to have a hybrid approach. We can't rely on one format or one placement. Performance monitoring, obviously we all have to do performance by user liking it. There's a closed environment testing, survey can be done. You capture your users' mood and intention, whether liking it, not liking it, then only your ARPU can be streamlined. Obviously, this has to be done by publisher and developer together. Collaborate and spread awareness about benefits of in-game advertising so that the brands or the investors who are the who are putting their money onto your game, they should know, they should be educated or inspired that yes, gaming is the right medium where they can get scale. See, brand has always 2 things or 3 things in mind: reach, scale, and the innovation. So all 3 are possible in gaming. So we all need to put in our efforts, best possible efforts, to grow this ecosystem together. Yeah, thank you. So any questions?
Usually for small studios, it is obvious that they rely on advertisement and that sort of simpleton monetization models. But for companies like Nazara, I think you have the money and the wherewithal to actually adopt better monetization models, like going into blockchain especially. So is there any particular reason why you have not attempted that, or is it like something in the pipeline for the future?
See, right now, this is more of technology driven, right? And it's a scale, and what is your plan? You're talking about the Web3 monetization, right?
Yes.
So right now, we are working on the strategy. It is not yet, it is still in the pipeline. And if you're talking about that, the scalability, because it's all about community building, right? So we have plans, but not so far we have explored it. But very soon we will do something on those lines.
Are you going to rely on some existing blockchain technology, or are you going to develop something yourself?
Since the strategy or the plan is not yet finalized, at the moment it is difficult to say. But yes, I mean, there are a lot of challenges, technology challenges, scale and other challenges are there. But yes, we will figure out something.
And are you planning to like open source it so that others can also adopt it? Like other studios can also adopt it, because you were talking about supporting the ecosystem.
Yes.
So in that sense, blockchain, it can be useful for other studios also. And these studios usually don't have the capacity to go and build that technology and that layer all by themselves. So it will take someone like you to go and do it, and it will be a bigger success if you evangelize it to other studios also.
Sure, sure.
So is there anything like?
As I said, it is still in the pipeline, in the plan, so it will take some time to figure out the clear strategy. What is that we want to do, not want to do, it is right, wrong, so that is still in a pipeline stage. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Anyone else? Yeah, okay, it's cool. Thank you guys. Thanks for listening in.